Hi, and thanks for joining us. Before I begin, I just wanted to say the following. My equipment and room acoustics will be different to yours, so the sound might slightly differ. And sound is a subjective and personal experience. That out of the way, let us begin. Chord are a UK company which started in 1984. The company has grown steadily and gaining a reputation that's gaining international recognition. Their cables have won many awards, not just once, but many times. Now onto the Shawline. Now, the Shawline, this is where things get interesting. And I mean interesting in a good way. Now, the Shawline is based around the Chord RumourX and has been a favourite for 20 plus years. The conductors are silver plated. Now, in terms of insulation, it's in the same kind of family of the XLPE. The Shawline uses PTFE insulation, and it's a robust fluorocarbon polymer plastic material that's commonly used to insulate cables to gain a performance for demanding applications. The cable also has a dual layer foil and branded shield that they use on the Chord Epic, which is the next model up. Now, they went with this insulation because they found it to be cleaner and sonically better. Now, when I plug this up to my Macintosh gear, you're probably asking, well, how did it sound? How did it sound on your gear? Well, as I mentioned earlier, I like to think my system is good enough and resounding enough to notice the difference. The Shawline, I played the same song and noticed a sound change pretty damn quick. Like water flowing, it was smooth and natural, and the bass rolled off really nicely, and my music was smooth. It sounded smooth. Now, just a fraction, I will mention this, and it's only by the slightest fraction. It may lack a little bit of detail, just a tiny smidge, and I'm comparing that to my previous cables. However, my biggest surprise was the openness. Wow! The soundstage improved a lot. I felt like my music was floating around, and it made me think, what's the Epic speaker cable like, the next model up? But the Shawline, when I first listened to it, I was like, Jesus, am I listening to Dolby Atmos? It honestly made, on my system, it opened things up quite a bit, and it really sounded quite nice. Now, what I did like about the Chord cables, with HiFi gear, some components can match up really nicely. Some speaker cables can sound really nice with that amp, and that can sound really nice with that, and that can sound nice with that. And the Chord speaker cables complemented my Macintosh gear really nicely. I thought it was a great match. It was producing a really nice, relaxed sound. What I noticed was the Shawline was the bass, as I said before, rolled off far nicer than my current cables. And I still like my current cables, but it's a different sound, and that's why it's all subjective. The noise floor is great in both cables, most likely due to the insulation that it has, and it has quite the effect on the speaker cable and adds to that neutrality. Other choices of insulation Chord could have gone with may have produced sound they didn't want, so hence why they stuck with the XLPE insulation. If you were to ask me, would I purchase a Shawline over my current cable? That's an easy answer. Yes, I would. Now, Chord also do power cables and power boards also. I have listened to speaker cables when I worked in HiFi, and there's a lot of speaker cables out there that they ask a lot, and I haven't been that impressed, to be honest. But that's just me. But I'm really happy with the Chord. So well done, Chord. I think they're really nice cables. I'm interested to hear what the Epic are like, because I did notice that jump from the Clearway to the Shawline. And if you have really basic cable, really entry-level cable, and you're looking to something to upgrade to, probably a good choice. So go have a listen to them. Well, look, that's it from me. I hope you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, because subscribing will really help out the channel. And if you need some company while you're going to work or exercising or doing whatever you're doing, have a look at my podcasts. They're also available on Spotify and Apple Podcast under the same name, Concord HiFi, and I'm also active on Instagram on Concord_HiFi, and I will be doing a phono preamp review on my thoughts on the Macintosh MP100. But other than that, thank you for subscribing and being with me on this channel. It's really awesome. Thank you. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.